Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about today is flavor. And you know how for the past couple of days I've been talking about food and flavoring and things like that, and and I know that we've been getting grossed out and stuff like that, right? But I wanted to dive deeper, okay? And I've been doing some research on all of this, and I really think that we should be aware, okay? And I know that I always, a lot of times I'll say, or I used to say, grab your coffee and a snack, right? And I know that a lot of us, we drink flavored coffee, or our snacks are flavored, right? But do you know what it's flavored with? Okay. The word flavor pervades our daily vocabulary and evoking associations of rich or vivid experiences beyond the experience of eating, drinking, right? Even in the literal context, the Flavor Extract Manufacturers Association describes flavor as the entire range of sensations that we perceive when we eat a food or drink a beverage. Okay, even something like iced tea, okay, if it's the mix, like the powdery mix, okay, it's flavored, right? And flavor encompasses a substance's taste, smell, and any physical traits that we perceive. 90% of Americans' grocery purchases also contain added flavors. And these flavors are used to amplify or modulate the sensory experience associated with existing qualities of a product. Okay, you know how like a lot of times people say, well, I buy the brand name and not the store brand because it tastes better. Okay, the quality is there, right? Okay. They may also be used to make healthy, bland, yet bland options, like those lacking an excess of sugar. It's more appealing. That's what I'm trying to get at, okay? Now, these natural flavors include any flavor that is isolated from natural sources like plant material, fruits, roots, bark, herbs, etc., or animal products, meat, dairy, etc. And artificial flavors are any flavors that are not defined as natural, even if they have the exact same chemical composition as flavors isolated directly from nature. Now, flavor companies are not required to disclose application of flavor ingredients that have already passed a rigorous review, but any novel flavor substance that have not yet made it into the list required to go through this rigorous testing and approval to demonstrate safety before they may be incorporated into consumer products. Okay, so let's talk about two of the most popular flavors, okay? The first one is vanilla. You've got vanilla coffee, vanilla creamer, vanilla chocolate, vanilla this, vanilla that, right? Vanilla is the most popular flavor worldwide. Not only is it used in favorite like ice cream, candy, cake, cookie, but vanilla also enhances the perception of sweetness and other flavors like chocolate, coffee, fruit, nuts, right? Natural vanilla extract is obtained by steeping vanilla beans into alcohol to afford a solution of vanillin and other minor components that may be used in cooking and baking, while as many as 250 taste and aroma components have been detected in vanilla extract. Most of these are destroyed upon exposure to elevated temperature, causing the complexity of the vanilla flavor to diminish upon baking. Vanilla beans can also be obtained from hand-pollinated flower orchids in a handful of tropical areas, making them precious commodities, especially given the vast demand for vanilla. So in order to meet this demand, there are flavor companies that have entire production lines devoted to develop a high quality substitute for natural vanilla extract. And one of these substitutes is, I'm going to try and pronounce this, castoreum extract. And castoreum is an excretion from the anal glands of castor sacs of beavers. And this is used to mark their territorial claims, their areas, their layers, if you will. Okay. Now, the castoreum extract possesses a warm, sweet odor. I know you're getting grossed out. I am too, but just stick with me for just a moment. This sweet odor, and it may be used as a stand-in for vanilla extract in many dairy products, in baked goods. All right. Now, the bulk of vanilla substitutes are actually nature identical vanillin and vanillin derivatives synthesized on a multi-ton scale from, okay, can't pronounce this word, so I'm just going to spell it for you. GUAIACOL, or lignin, LIGNIN extracts, which can be isolated from wood pulp. Now, let's talk about the second most popular flavor, which is butter. All right. The rich, smooth flavor of butter is another consumer favorite, adding body, depth to cooking sprays, sauces, baked goods, and of course, popcorn. This flavor, it arises from the production of diacetyl, DIACETYL, and acetoin, which is ACETOIN, as byproducts of sugar fermentation in the production of cultured dairy products like cultured butter, buttermilk, and sour cream. Now, while small quantities of these these compounds can be isolated from these consumer-based dairy products, the very low efficiency of the extraction limits its practicality. Instead, these flavor additives are generally produced through chemical synthesis or industrial fermentation on specialized culture, which is optimized for flavor production. But it's this not the sort of media people generally like to eat. I mean, you know what I mean? When produced through this culturing technique, these two compounds, the diacetyl and the acetoin, or however you pronounce it, are listed as natural butter flavor. But when they are produced through controlled laboratory synthesis, the very same components are listed as artificial butter flavor. Now, here is a list of 17 foods that actually contain chemicals and food dyes. Canned fruit, yogurt, oatmeal, salad dressing, pickles, cereal, popcorn, maple syrup, protein bars, peanut butter, jerky, nutritional shakes and smoothies, flavored applesauce, gravy, soup, and bouillon cubes. Our food, it contains chemicals that may result in serious health risks, especially for our little ones. And some of these chemicals are purposefully added to food or packaging. Like I said, for flavor, color, preserve, package, process, store our food. And because of a flawed law and weak enforcement, many chemicals are inadequately tested, or they're not tested at all. And others are never even independently reviewed for safety. Another major concern is contaminants such as lead, arsenic. While these are not intentionally added to our food, they can enter through processing and from environmental sources. We have a broken system here. While the Food Additives Amendment of 1958 gives the FDA oversight of chemicals added to our food directly as ingredients, and those that end up in food as contaminants, this agency lacks the tools and authority to do its job. For the FDA to ensure our food is safe, we must end the secrecy. The generally recognized as safe, or GRA's, loophole allows companies to secretly decide on the safety of chemicals in our food without the FDA's review or the public's knowledge. Congress needs to create a more streamlined public process for FDA to make safety decisions and encourage innovation. When the FDA reviews chemicals in our food before they are used, it makes our food supply safer. But the agency needs to use the most modern science to do the best job, and this just does not happen. Thousands of chemicals were approved by the FDA decades ago, when we had far less understanding about their impacts on human health, and the FDA needs to reassess their safety. Congress needs to provide the FDA with the tools so this agency can get the information it needs to set priorities and make decisions about the 10,000 chemicals that are in our foods. Consumer concerns about chemicals in food are mounting, and the FDA's absence, the food manufacturers, the grocers, they are beginning to respond, but the need is urgent for regulatory changes that ensure that our food is safe. I hope this explained more about what we are truly going through with our food. And I'm going to continue to bring to you every day, or try to every day, what, new foods that I'm finding that have, these funny ingredients and things like that, and try to bring things to light. Okay. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you in the next one. All right. You stay safe. You stay positive. You keep prepping. And as always, fear less. Ciao.